What a win for the Denver Nuggets versus the Portland Trail Blazers. In a game that they needed to take care of business in, the Denver Nuggets get a very good win versus a division opponent. And Jokic puts up a stat line that we quite haven't seen in 40 years. Peyton Watson continues to show his stuff. Michael Porter Jr., he ties Gary Harris for the Denver Nuggets all-time leaderboard in three-pointers made. Jamal Murray has a near triple-double himself. Let's talk about that. And Scoot Henderson, man, what a great game off the bench for the Portland Trail Blazers. We're going to tap into that and more. Let's get it. The Denver Nuggets beat the Portland Trail Blazers 120-108 in a very, very exciting game that had a lot of different highs and lows. The Denver Nuggets in the first quarter getting up all the way to 15 points. Jokic goes out of the game, and the Nuggets forget how to score for a good period of time. Today was a really fun game, man. The Nuggets got up 33-18 with Jokic in the game. Jokic goes out the game. The Nuggets closed the quarter up 33-20, and then the Blazers go on a 6-0 run. What's happening right now is that teams are kind of conceding the Nikola Jokic minutes, where we're more than likely going to lose these minutes because Jokic, Murray, Porter, Gordon, KCP, they're just going to be operating at such a high level. So what can we do? What they're doing is that when Jamal Murray, Reggie Jackson, Peyton Watson, and Christian Brown and DeAndre Jordan, more than likely, are in the game at this point in time, we're going to zone it up because we're not going to give you an opportunity to get a lob between Reggie Jackson or Jamal and DeAndre Jordan. We actually want to create an opportunity where we can contest the paint. DJ is ineffective. He's not a floor spacer. He can't hit that little pop shot right there at 6 foot. And then on top of that, you're not surrounded by elite shooters. Christian Brown, 37% from three, basically. Peyton Watson, he's been shooting really well since December 1st, but he's not known as a shooter. So therefore, the floor spacing is all messed up now. And on top of that, we're basically going to ride on the back of Jamal Murray or Reggie Jackson because we want to make sure that they feel us as much as possible. Now, some of this is Jamal when he's in his bag, different story. Jamal when he's playing his brand of basketball versus very good teams or when he just decides he wants to do it sometimes. Then it's a different conversation. But you get games like today from Jamal Murray where he has 13 points, 9 rebounds, and 10 assists. Sounds really good. Sounds really good. But then Jamal gives you 5 of 21 from the field, 3 of 15 from three, which means he was 2 of 6 from two-point range today. Jamal had no free throws, meaning mostly jump shots. He had 2 blocks, which were on back-to-back plays, which were huge blocks on Malcolm Brogdon and Anthony Simons to close out the second quarter. Really great display of defense for Jamal Murray. He ends the game on the +9, but some of this is Jamal Murray, man. If he just would have had an average game shooting, Nuggets would have scored 130 points tonight. But he goes 5 of 21. And sometimes it just feels that it's not that I don't know. I can't really explain it, man. I mean, honestly, it's just sometimes Jamal's just not there to process through the game like a typical all-star, all-NBA level guard is. Like, Devin Booker, even Anthony Edwards in a regular season setting, Jalen Brunson, Trae Young, who's not an all-star, which is insane to me. You're going to have your players like your not Steph Curry, not necessarily this year, but Steph Curry, your Shai Gilgeous-Alexanders, like just the process of getting to a spot, executing, getting to a spot, executing, getting to a spot, executing, create. Jamal just has a little bit more chaos to some of the stuff he's doing. But that's just because he's so great as a shot maker, so great as a pull-up shooter, so great as a playmaker distributor. And today just couldn't hit those shots, 5 of 21. But it didn't really matter because Nikola Jokic today played 38 minutes. He missed the last game OKC with back tightness. Nikola Jokic today has 27 points, 22 rebounds, and 12 assists on 11 of 16 from the field. 1 of 1 from the three-point line, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 2 blocks, 1 steal, and he was a +20 tonight. Nikola Jokic was. And y'all, by the way, yes, rip Carl Weathers. If you don't know who Carl Weathers is, Carl Weathers was the actor. He was the actor in Action Jackson, one of the most famed black actors in Hollywood history. But on top of that, he was also played in The Mandalorian. If you're a Disney Channel fan and you like The Mandalorian, you like Star Wars, Carl Weathers is 76 years old. Predator, Axton Jackson. I had a lot of stuff that he did. Obviously played Apollo in the Apollo Creed series as well. So shout out. Definitely will miss him. Rest in power, Carl Weathers. But Nikola Jokic, man, just has another dominant game, and he is just magnificent. And today, watching him play, he basically just did whatever he wanted, just because, like, what are they going to do? What are they going to do about it? I mean, Nikola Jokic just has one of the most unique stat lines that you've ever seen. Like, it's Jokic and basically Wilt Chamberlain. It was his 120th triple-double in his career, and it's the 15th triple-double of this season. And it was easy. He got a triple-double through 3 quarters. So just an incredible, incredible game from Nikola Jokic. He's now just 18 triple-doubles behind Magic Johnson for third on the NBA's all-time leaderboard. They have 32 games left remaining. Can he get there? I don't know. That's over half the game getting a triple-double. I don't know if he'll be able to get there. He's the first player per StatMuse in the NBA in the last 40 years to reach a 27, 22, 12 on 11 to 16 stat line. So just an amazing game. You know, NBA.com, he is now the official MVP leader at NBA.com. He's been now for the last several days the NBA MVP leader on the awards site for Basketball Reference. And look, man, you know, obviously Embiid, you know, you praying that he gets healthy, praying that he, you know, doesn't have a serious injury, because meniscus is nothing to sneeze at, man. I had a torn meniscus myself, obviously playing football. So I want him to get back healthy as possible. He was having one of the best seasons we've ever seen from scorer. And I think, you know, in the playoffs, he was going to have a real opportunity this year. So I hope he gets back well. But Nikola Jokic, man, you know, he just keeps churning, man. He just keeps churning. And has a 27, 22, and 12 night with 2 blocks and a steal and a plus 20. So they have the Portland Trailblazers up against, so we'll see what he does next time. Michael Porter, 13, 4, and 1, just 5 of 14 from the field, 3 of 10 from 3. He was a plus 8 tonight, though, won his minutes. He tied Gary Harris for the 3-point record with the Denver Nuggets today. And, yeah, man, I think some of this Porter's shot hasn't been spectacular the last several games. And I think some of this is just where they are in the season a little bit. He feels like he's rushing some of his shots. He's shooting underneath 40% from the first time in his career outside of that 2021-22 season. Y'all remember when he had the back injury, he only played 9 games. So I don't actually count that season just because he wasn't healthy at all. But Porter got his true shooting all the way up to 60 a few games ago. He's shooting 40% from the field in the last 5 games and 32% from 3. So a little bit of a shooting slump. He's played 50 games this year, though. Still shooting 47, 39, 77 with 9 triple doubles this year, and he's averaging 16 and 7. So his numbers on the year are still strong, but not a great 5-game sample, and you can tell that he's not hitting the shots. KCP tonight, 16 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 4 of 8 from the field, 1 of 2 from the three-point line, 7 of 7 from the free throw line, 1 block, and he was a game high plus 22 for KCP. He is an incredible defender. He had an isolation possession today that every writer in America that votes for the all-NBA teams, the first team all-defense, second team all-defense teams, they need to watch that clip. He had Anthony Simons in the second half when Anthony Simons was on a heater. He had him locked up on the left wing for about 6 straight seconds, and Anthony could not get by him. He was sliding his feet. He was getting into space. He wasn't allowing for any separation, and his ability to get up into your shirt is an expression in basketball as a defender, and to keep you from getting where you want to go and to make you feel like you can't move the ball where you want it to move to. Man, it's just a special defensive skill set he has, and great chaser, great on-ball defender, and a tremendous screen navigator. Just a really great defender, man. Shout out KCP, just an incredible player, really, truly incredible player. And the Nuggets are just so thankful that he's there, and that the Lakers decided that they just did not want to keep their core intact, and Washington didn't value him. I mean, it's just an incredible player. Like, you just can't find KCPs in the NBA. I think he's going to make at least second team All-NBA this year as a defender. Then we got Aaron Gordon. Another great game from Aaron Gordon, 28 minutes. Only 28 minutes because Peyton Watson was closing over him. We'll get to him in a second. 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists for Aaron Gordon. And he was 7 of 9 from the field and 1 of 1 from the three-point line. 3 of 3 from the free throw line, y'all. If he makes his free throws last game versus the Thunder, it's a different. The conversation's different. He was 1 of 6. Different conversation, man. When he makes his free throws, he's just that much more difficult to deal with. And he was also a plus 20 tonight, 18, 4, and 5 with tremendous defense as well. Reggie Jackson off the bench, 13 points and 3 assists, 5 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from 1 of 3 from 3. He was a -9 though. DeAndre Jordan was a -9 in 5 minutes. Christian Brown was a -7 in 8 minutes. Yo, the defense wasn't good enough. Like I said, when Portland went to that zone, they couldn't break it, and then they didn't know how to stop it on the other end, and it caused a lot of issues. And so Justin Holiday got 12 minutes played tonight. It was a +1 of his minutes. Didn't make a shot, had 1 assist. But Justin Holiday, he's a veteran. Michael Malone trusts veterans. He knows where he needs to be, knows what he needs to do. And again, don't be surprised, Justin Holiday, if he continues to get minutes throughout the rest of the year, depending on how things are going with Christian Brown, who again has had good moments for sure this season. But Justin is a good player. But Peyton Watson, y'all, 22 minutes, 14 points, 5 rebounds, 6 of 8 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. He had a block on Malcolm Brogdon when Malcolm tried to take him to the rack. Malcolm pump fake, hesitated, went up. Peyton swatted it, and then Jokic got a take foul on him because Brogdon was a little upset, apparently trying to stop the play. He wasn't even in the net in a plus-minus tonight, but Peyton Watson's defense, man, it's just literally it can't be understated, like how freaking good he is. It cannot be understated how good he has been for this team, for this roster, and his lineup fit with these players. It's incredible. Y'all, in the Peyton Watson, Nikola Jokic minutes this year, they are a plus 11.1. They're a plus 11.1 with a 104.1 defensive rating. A plus 11.1 with a 104.1 defensive rating. He truly has been spectacular. With Michael Porter Jr. and Peyton Watson, y'all, 274 minutes, 119.3. Offensive rating, a 104.1 defensive rating, a plus 15.3. A plus 15.3. Yo, man, like Peyton Watson, it's like with everybody and anybody. So the most used lineup, a two-man variation for the Nuggets is the KCP Jokic minute. They're a plus 10. Then you got the Porter Jokic minutes. They're a plus 10. KCP Porter's a plus 10 as well. Jokic Gordon's a plus 8. But like the lineups when you have Peyton Watson, when he has a offensive player next to him, they've just been spectacular this year. And even Murray and Peyton Watson, the defensive minutes are good. But again, Murray and Peyton Watson play so many minutes with the bench that the numbers are skewed. But I'm telling you, man, if he ever has to substitute in there for KCP or for AG, you know, and he's hitting 38% of his threes, it's like, and Peyton, what he's still learning is like spacing. So like Jokic had a turnover to him, 2 turnovers to Peyton Watson today. Jokic had that little left wing. He dipped inside with the ball. There was a gap because there was help coming over weak side. So he was going to do what he does to AG, where he kind of gathers the ball over to the defender and then he slides it through underneath the basket to AG, one of those little ducks. Peyton overran the play, and then the ball goes out of bounds. That's first turnover. Second turnover, Jokic gets the ball on a short roll, takes a dribble, has a floater, but sees a floater pass, and Peyton doesn't time it correctly. It goes off the backboard turnover. So again, Peyton is still learning. Like he doesn't yet know like some of the nuances of playing next to Jokic or IQ level basketball. But again, it's his second season and his first real season playing basketball since his senior year of high school. First real season playing basketball since his senior year of high school. Y'all, this is what's crazy for me, yo. Peyton Watson 3 years ago was in high school. And he's already this good. And his fit with Murray and Jokic and KCP and Gordon and MPJ is all there. So, like, that top 6 for the Nuggets is about to be elite. I think Christian Brown slots in at that 7. And I think that Reggie Jackson's going to be in there. But, you know, we'll see if they want to make another addition, another move. But just a really, really great game from him. Great game for the Denver Nuggets all the way around. Tonight, the Denver Nuggets, they were able to put up 120 on 51% from the field, 33% from 3, and 94% from the line, 16 of 17 from the line. The Blazers were 24-30 from the line. They got to the line a lot today. They were just 36. They were 36% from the field, which is good. 46% from the field as a whole. 36% from 3 rather. The Nuggets had 11 turnovers and 34 assists. The Blazers had 8 turnovers and 14 assists. They do not pass the ball. ISO. The Nuggets pass, 3-to-1 assist ratio. The rebounds, 48 rebounds for the Nuggets, 37 for the Blazers, 16 offensive rebounds to 13 offensive rebounds for the Blazers. 6 blocks for the Nuggets, 4 blocks for the Blazers, 3 steals for the Nuggets, 7 for the Blazers, and 20 fouls on the Nuggets, 16 for the Blazers, and 1 technical on Scoot Henderson, I believe, on a call. And Dayon, great question. So Julian Strawther was available today. He came back. We'll see when he gets back in the rotation, but he was on the bench today. He's healthy. He's healthy. I would say he's in that he can play. Like he's back on the roster. Some of this, I think, is they're in a situation right now where they're just wanting to be careful with him because he just came back from injury. And so they're going to be very, very careful with his minutes for, probably for a second because they just don't want to overuse and overwork him because Julian needs to focus on getting back into playing shape and being able to commit himself to playing Denver Nuggets style basketball again, because he honestly had some really, really strong moments prior to going down with his injury, y'all. What do y'all think about the game today? Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man. This is a really, really fun 22-12 game. It's an unbelievable game today. Swipa gang, I know what time it is. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're on the way to 15,000 subscribers, y'all. I will see y'all.